This is Wayne Madsen with the Wayne Madsen Report, the Saturday Roundup, and we're talking about the WikiLeaks exposures and some of the phraseology we've heard, that stuff picked up in cocktail parties from local newspapers, probably from these neocons in the State Department that are subscriptions to the Weekly Standard and the Wall Street Journal, which I call the Wailing Wall Street Journal. I mean, my God, that paper is, I mean, it's in the wrong city. It should be in Tel Aviv. I mean, their editorial policy is absolutely it's terrible. I just wonder how can these people sleep at night knowing what they do? They're not journalists; they're propagandists. But let's listen. The stuff we've heard, and our caller Byron had it right, cutting off the head of the snake. We've heard all this stuff before in the lead up to Iraq with the phony intelligence documents, the phony Niger documents, all the other phoniness. And now we're hearing it again with Iran. Let's listen back. Let's go back and listen to some of these statements, if we can play this clip.
Regime aids and protects terrorists, including members of Al-Qaeda.
But it wouldn't be disappointing if there were no weapons there.
We know for a fact that there are weapons there.
We continue to watch Iraq's involvement in terrorist activities.
Simply stating, there is no doubt that Saddam Hussein now has weapons of mass destruction. There is no doubt that he is amassing them to use against our friends, against our allies, and against us.
What I want to bring to your attention today is the potentially much more sinister nexus between Iraq and the Al-Qaeda terrorist network.
The Iraqi regime was required
to destroy its weapons. That was Colin Powell, by the way, who did say we got to cut off the head of the snake when he was talking about Saddam Hussein, and then he was involved in the lying again about weapons of mass destruction and mobile biolabs. And now we're getting it from these WikiLeaks documents. The king of Saudi Arabia, we've got to attack them. And now we find out that the U.S. owns and operates this new head of the International Atomic Energy Agency, this Japanese guy, when in fact we didn't control Mohammed al-Baradei. We hated him. Now it looks like we got our own guy in the IAEA. Why in the world would Iran trust anything the IAEA says now that we got our hip-pocketed director general running that organization? Japan is basically, we've seen it time and time again, it's a colony of the United States. We can snap our fingers and change governments there at our will. We can tell the governor of Okinawa, no, we're going to keep the base there. We don't care who you are. It's our base. We control Okinawa. We control Japan. We control the emperor. We're the ones who left his father in office, Hirohito. We control the emperor. We control your country. We control South Korea too. We control all these countries. But guess what, folks? The days of American control of the world are ending. And thank God, I will be the first to celebrate the demise of the American empire. This country was never meant to be an empire. This country is now going to unfortunately face the consequences, just like the Roman Empire, the British Empire, the French Empire, the Austro-Hungarian Empire, the Chinese Empire, the Soviet Empire. It's going down, folks. This country has overextended itself. It's overreached. It's committed heinous war crimes around the world. And finally, the clock is getting ready to strike midnight. The last granule of sand is about ready to run out in that hourglass. And all I got to say is this has been predicted by many, many people. Obama goes over to Afghanistan. It's his war now, just like Lyndon Johnson went to South Vietnam. In his war, it was the end of his administration. This Afghanistan war will help to bring about the end of the
gold, ever climbing as the dollar continues to